You are listening to the decision reel.
Welcome to the decision reel. What do we do here, Wally?
I don't know. I just came off like a 16-hour Zelda binge.
Ooh,
That's
I
not what
think
we
We don't do video games.
we don't do
yet,
video games. Yeah, we might.
but we do movies.
We do movies. We do the movies.
And I gave you guys a fucking shatty. This is meant to make you feel like shit. But
It's
you can
wild.
keep doing the intro before I jump in. Isn't
Jesus
there more
Christ.
to it? Yeah.
We try and fail to review movies of today and yesterday. As always, I'm your host, Steve, Walter, and Tara joining with me this week. It's already off to a great start, a wild start. What movie are we doing this week, Walter?
The Mist.
The Mist. Why, in God's holy name,
Did you pick
did
this?
you do this to us?
It has one of my favorite endings. Not favorite as in I love it, but favorite as it's like it had some balls. It had some balls to do this ending.
So full spoilers already. Getting into this. What the fuck, guy?
I know, right? I know. So, if for anyone that hasn't seen this movie before,
Lay the land for
the
me.
general
if you will.
synopsis, right? So, it's a father and son go to a grocery store with their neighbor,
After a big storm.
and then all of a sudden, I'm not gonna get too in depth because it'll take forever. But after a little while, this government mist, this interdimensional mist, comes flying
Government
out of
mist.
nowhere with monsters and traps them in the store, and you start questioning life. And then they escape said store. Matter of fact, there's a million things that happen in this store. But then they
Plot.
then they escape, and the ending of this is him and a small group of people and only a certain amount of bullets. And him being the man that he was trying to save, puts bullets in everybody, including his kid.
And then
And then right after,
And then afterwards, the military shows up to save everybody, and he's just there, alive.
because
with
he,
all of
you're
them in his
just-
car dead.
because he didn't
including
have
his
enough
son.
bullets for everybody.
Imagine reading this. You're him. What is John Jane? What the fuck is his name? What is that dude's name?
Thomas Jane.
Thomas Jane. Yeah, the Punisher.
Yeah.
Imagine reading this script, and
I'm
you're
in.
like, yeah, the ending. You're like, okay, there's nothing like this. Name another ending that's this fucking like sad and it doesn't give you anything you want. Like name it.
You don't
Name
get
one.
any closure from it.
No, you're just like, oh fuck.
Well, I think that's
The idea.
not the point of the movie, but I think that's what makes this movie stand out. Because let's say you change the ending to he doesn't kill them.
It feels like a
and-
B movie sci-fi.
Yeah, let's
flick.
say you swap the ending to he turns around to shoot the two older people in the back seat, and then the military shows up.
It's still him. Yeah.
Is it as memorable as an ending? Is it as memorable as a movie? Is it still being talked about?
Dude, they had to
today?
have the kid wake up, though, too.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Like, he shot him in his face.
Oh yeah.
Like, while he's looking at him.
Also, what do you think the order of
Bullets
shooting
were?
wa- Yeah.
Oh, for sure his son first. For sure his son
Yeah,
first.
so-
Because there's no way he was going to have his son see
What an
him kill all
intense
those
way
people.
to show that too. But I know you don't show it actually, right? But the
Well,
way they
you can
It was
see
perfect the
the
way they
woman
showed-
was the
showed
second
it-
one.
showed it.
The woman was the second one he shot because you could see her head fall.
Okay.
Like
So-
against
so
the window. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but you could see
the woman
her.
that was holding his kid.
Yeah, so kid
Yeah.
first, then woman, then the two in the back in some order.
Probably the old lady and then the old man.
yeah.
Because
God damn.
and then also though him just still trying to kill himself with the bullet or with the
With
gun,
knowing
even though
there's
there was
nothing in
yeah,
there.
like
you guys searching for
amazing
meaning in this? Do you guys like at the end, like because of all like the biblical shit and
I
the
don't
crazy
know.
bitch?
I didn't care.
Did you guys ever like think? I've watched this multiple times now.
Sure.
Not because I hate myself, but because I don't
Maybe,
understand how you get to an ending like this by choice. So maybe there's a reason that they chose to end it this way, and from a like, oh, maybe they're trying to show that these guys were a little wrong, even though this lady was a complete fucking bitch. Hold on, let me back up. The lady in the grocery store, when she gets a bullet put in her,
Best part
is
of the
one of the
movie.
best parts of and most
Of
satisfying
most
things
movies, of most
I've seen.
movies,
I was
yeah.
gonna
Like-
say yeah,
like
that
of deaths.
yeah.
Oh my god,
Dude, and two shots too in the
Yeah,
stomach,
yeah,
and then
yeah,
he's
yeah.
like, not
By
enough.
Allah.
Like,
Yep. Yeah.
like,
I guess what I'm saying is maybe there's. I always
Double
think
tap
there
that
might be
bitch.
something that I missed because why else would you fucking make an ending like this? Maybe there's something I didn't grasp.
not only shock value,
During
but
the plot.
also it's Stephen King. right?
Yeah.
So this is a Stephen King story. With him, think of everything else he's ever done. Is there a happy ending in any Stephen King story?
Not a full-on happy ending.
No, not really. And like, if you look at all the adaptations they've done to movies, they try to make a happy ending out of his stories, but there's never a happy ending. Like, I mean, look at
Not fully, yeah. It's not like
I was gonna say, look at The Shining, right? Like, that's not happy,
No.
but it is because he's smiling and he's good, or is he?
Yeah.
Good old
No,
Jack.
This movie fucking sucks at the end. It's great, but it fucking sucks.
Well, and but again though, like, change the ending. Is the movie as good?
No, not at all. This movie, like I said, it's a sci-fi B-flick movie. Like I'm watching Tremors 3 or some shit like that.
I
or
really,
4.
because I feel like you, and I don't mean this as an insult to the movie as a whole,
Sure.
but I do feel like there are some parts where you're pushing through the movie because you're like, I need to know where this is going. I need to know how this is going to end. I need the answers to why this is happening.
Yeah, there's a little
like-
lull there for sure, but also you need that pacing for a type of movie like this where you want to think and be like, wait, what actually is happening? I think, too, there wasn't enough time to where you see the tentacle first. When they go back there to try and do what I wanted more like guessing of what's in the mist or what is killing people. Or
Also,
what's
the
going on.
Just let the
tentacle-
mist live.
The
for a while.
tentacle was
Yeah,
kind
as
of an
is.
aggressive first introduction to what's out there.
Not
too,
only
I
that,
feel like.
but
That's
you
what
never
makes
see
it feel like a sci-fi, like a cheesy sci-fi film.
right, but you never see the tentacles again.
That big thing that walks past them had tentacles. on
Okay,
it.
so was it kneeling down into that, and that's all the
knows?
tentacles that came through?
I don't know.
Right, and all the other bugs and everything. Like, okay, so if you want to break it down, the movie is the military was fucking around with something, and they created a portal to another world or a dimension,
Multiverse.
and maybe, and these are the things that are going through it, right?
Gigantic
So
bugs.
yeah, so you could say like, okay, why is there bugs, or why is there spiders, or why is there's all these other things? It's like, well, it's just like the world here. It's just random animals, right, coming through.
And they don't know what they're doing. They come through and they're like, well, I
Food.
guess we eat these things.
Right.
I don't know.
Now
Like,
the fucking
it's got
part,
blood like the rest of us. We can eat it.
right? Yeah, okay.
It
I was
does.
gonna.
It had red blood too. I expected it to be a different color.
But that would be almost too
think so?
sci-fi, right? Like if you squash that bug and it was just green, you'd be like,
No, but
I
maybe
think-
like yellowy, like a
yeah,
brown.
okay, maybe yeah, or maybe not the same like red blood, maybe like a darker blood or something, or a bright red or like a
Well,
pinkish
because then that thing, the tentacle he cut off, kind of like
blacked out.
melted / then disintegrated, like
Yeah.
into like
Yeah.
a.
And I also
gross
thought
black
that was going to
liquid.
go into the plot a little bit more, like, hey, now we think this is
Yeah,
real.
because like, why didn't the bugs do that?
Well, also,
Why
but
did they kill the bugs?
that, but also like, hey, everybody, come see this tentacle. Oh no, it's gone now. You
Yeah.
guys were making it up. Like I thought that was going to go
I
into
did
that.
too.
Why did the neighbor guy not go back there? That drove me
What
nuts.
I didn't
They were
understand-
trying to prove it to him. He was the one who started it, being like, "They're lying, they're lying, they're lying."
There's so many.
Why
holes
did they
in
not
this.
take him out?
Hold up.
Why didn't he let that
It's
dude
not
run out
the
there
black
first?
guy. It's Captain Holt. All right. Let's be real.
I didn't say the black guy. I said the neighbor guy.
Okay, whatever.
First of all,
That's my fault. The neighbor guy who
He's a
happens
black
to be
dude.
black.
but yeah, I can't. I
That's
could
Captain-
not take him
yeah.
seriously because he is.
And he
Captain.
was
Right.
the one
Complete.
black guy in this movie.
Holy shit. I think you're right.
No,
No,
the
there's.
military
Hold
guy.
on. Okay, so the
And the
MP, the
cop.
guy with the MP,
Oh, okay.
he was one, and then one of the other military guys. But
The
beyond
Force
that,
Unleashed guy. Or,
yeah, with the Force Unleashed guy.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Talk
dude.
about B actor central.
He's
This whole
bi-
fucking movie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you got
100%.
the Shermanator in there, right?
All of
from
these
American
guys.
Pie.
Everyone in this movie is not a lead character.
No,
by any means,
and-
minus what's his face, but he's usually that in B movies. not like
Yeah.
mainstream
One
movies.
also, to be honest, like that most of the acting in this movie is not. It's not top
It's-
tier.
no,
It's
I mean
not top
Thomas
tier.
Jane. Yes,
He-
I think
well, he
without
was
him, this
okay.
movie's a sci-fi movie. Like
He
on-
was
on that
okay,
channel.
but there were still a lot of cringy parts for him as well.
yeah, but the end.
To
where
be
he's-
honest with you, the best actor in the movie is probably the Jesus lady.
Touche.
Like honestly,
God,
she
I
like,
hate that bitch.
my wife goes through this a
and
lot.
she's good in everything she's in too. Actually, she's
Yeah, well, I mean,
probably
she did a great
him
job in
and
this.
her were probably in that show, and maybe Captain Holt because of the TV show.
Mhm.
Those three were probably at the top of the tiers of actors in that movie.
How long before you shot her, Steve?
Oh my
Well,
God, so
I mean,
Like,
if
How-
I was
how-
if I
how
was
long
the
do you
guy
make
who
it
shot
before
her,
you shoot that lady.
I wouldn't have shot her. I would have put her out there. I would have
What,
been like,
the-
"Oh,
right,
you say
the
we need to
stabbing
sacrifice?"
part? Do you think? Yeah, the first stabbing
Oh,
part.
way before that. I
Yeah,
would have been like,
yeah,
hey,
yeah.
let's
I
go
was thinking
talk
about that.
Let's go talk in the back room about this and see how we can all
fucking
be religious
collateral
about it
harass.
and just out the door.
Yep.
Just he gone.
Yeah, for sure.
Oops, they got her.
Because of the same thing that he was trying to say. They were like, she is going to stir up more people. She's going to get people acting crazy and listening to her and acting irrational. So if nothing else, not just because she got on my fucking nerves, but if nothing else, but to prevent chaos from happening.
Yeah,
Do you guys think this
furthermore.
is how it would really go down if that was happening?
100%.
I
I think
see, that's what I think this movie is trying to do at the end of,
Me
end
too.
of the day.
I think the movie at its whole, or the Stephen King story at the whole of it, is literally about people together
Preparation.
and feels good on and around. No, I think the story is really about people coming together and what happens when things are not in control anymore. Like the guy even says it. Like humans are fine when everything's working.
Yep, that's what
But
they
the minute
yep.
the machine breaks and you can't call the cops,
Yep.
everybody, it's chaos,
Because
right?
she tried to say, she was like, no, I mean, I think people at the basic level, they are good, they're okay,
No,
they're good
no.
people. And he was like, no,
Mm-mm.
not in a scenario like this.
Nope.
You got people out of their element, dealing with variables they've never dealt with before, and they're scared
Yeah.
and they're angry.
I think the character of Jim is the perfect encapsulation of that, which he was on the team of the guys. He saw the monsters. He was going next door and helping and trying to find stuff. And the minute he comes back and he starts
the
buying into
pharmacy,
the
yep.
Jesus shit, he's like the main guy to be like, yo, fuck everybody. Let's kill these people. Let's
Yeah.
sacrifice your kid. Like, you know.
Dude,
Dude, when
crazy.
they started yelling for the kid, I was like,
I was
are
like,
you
oh,
fucking
yeah,
kidding?
yeah.
But
Like,
that's what would happen. You know what I mean? Like this
why the kid?
because easy prey.
No, I'm sorry.
I
First
don't-
of all,
I
old
don't-
Because
people.
who,
First of all, old people. I'm sorry,
who-
not sorry. I
you
love
gotta,
old
you gotta
people.
sacrifice
But-
your child.
No,
You gotta
Oh,
sacrifice your
oh,
firstborn.
oh,
it wasn't
this-
her child.
I think that, and this is why this movie's great. At what point do you think the average human's mind makes that decision? Like, oh, okay, this is something that's we have to sacrifice
feed
now.
it.
Yeah, when do you go from being a normal human to being that other person that's like, oh, this
So,
might be.
I still don't think I'd get to that point.
She called 2 items out, like,
Ooh,
yo,
wow.
people are gonna die. One dude's gonna die tonight or something.
Shocking!
Right,
The
yeah,
world
yeah.
is going nuts.
Right,
Like
yeah.
They're gonna come at night. Yeah, no fucking duh.
that's
They're-
why the one guy when he was
Exactly.
like, they think she's like,
Right. It's all logical stuff, which
Predicting
which
shit.
which
The ol-
again would happen in real life, right? People will poke holes in logical explanations.
The
Like
ol-
it's at night and they turn the lights on or the lights are still on in the store. What happens? The bugs are attracted to it.
to the light. Yeah.
If they didn't have the lights
And
on,
then the
they
bu-
wouldn't
the-
come at night.
the
scene that I
bat
missed-
dragon things were
Yeah.
attracted to the bugs. That's just
Exactly.
how it happened.
Why didn't that bug sting her? When
Well,
it was
and
in her
that
face?
so that's the other thing, right? She thinks that's
I know.
God,
but
That was a
why
whatever.
didn't
sign,
It,
it
why
was a
didn't it
sign.
fucking-
She's
was
the
not
only person.
screaming
Hold
or
on.
something like
She's
that?
the only person who didn't freak out. Look at it, right? The
You
other
think
girl
that's
freaked
why?
out and it bit her and blah, blah, whatever. Everybody
Also,
else is freaking
so
out.
it-
She's just
But
like,
these are little things I'm talking about,
So
and I
it
watch this again. I'm
stung
like,
her.
why
It
is
didn't
this?
bite her, right? Because it
Stung her
stung
neck.
her
Yeah.
because
they were talking. Look
at
how big those
first it
stingers are.
confused me because the bug was on this side of her neck, but then the bite was on the other side of her
yeah,
neck,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I was
Yeah,
like,
reached under, went.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because at first I was confused because it was so up in her neck. I thought it was like sucking her blood or something. But
I
then-
also thought that too. I was like, oh, that's a movie mistake. It's on the
Yeah.
wrong side.
and then I
then
was like, oh, okay, no,
it's a stinger, right.
What went
and that's fine. But again, like you're doing a thing to where she just doesn't freak out, so it doesn't bite her. Like I don't know about you guys, but if you're outside and a mosquito lands on you and you
I
kind of
kill
freak out, it kind of freaks out, right? But if you smack it or don't do anything sometimes, or even like a hornet or something, right? Like, hey,
So
stop moving.
It kind of
still-
just
we're still on
inspects
the
and then
boat.
flies
Or
away.
a
Yeah, there-
Tyrannosaurus Rex, just don't move.
We're on the boat that there was still no like.
There's no
outside-
biblical-
Yeah,
No,
yeah, yeah.
I don't believe.
I don't. I'm just making because I.
No, I'm saying
I
in the
don't
movie.
believe because
I'm
of
not-
me
I'm
as
not-
a human being, but I don't know if this movie's trying to tell me something
No,
else.
I don't think.
No,
so.
I think the movie is trying to make you have the argument.
And then it
either
goes,
way.
no.
I'm trying to make
science.
excuses for the movie is what I'm trying to do.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't understand why they necessarily did what they did, but I'm trying to find out why
Well,
they did.
what ticks me off is that even when the guy is up front about like at the end, they finally get him to say like what they were working on. She's
Yeah.
still saying, "Okay, well then God's mad at you guys."
Right.
N-
But
That-
you're
all right.
you're wrong.
So Yeah.
But again, that's the mob
And
mentality.
he's like, it
though.
wasn't me.
Right,
I
but-
didn't. And they fucking stabbed his ass. Like he did this on purpose.
The
Like,
mob
he did it.
mentality is what it is, right? Where you have one person claiming something and then yelling and then like, no, I didn't do that. Well, no, it's everybody, and then everybody's in on it, and yeah, let's kill this guy. And then one dude fucking stabs him. And you can see, even though the religious lady at first was like, well, no, fuck it, let's kill him and throw him outside.
Yeah, she was like, oh, well, I mean, he's dead now. So
That
let's
mob
go.
mentality took over during the kid scenario. Like,
That
where they're
too.
like, take the kid.
That
and then
too.
she just kept getting worse. I
And-
said, take the kid.
And again, I feel like that's the realistic part of this movie, and I feel like that's the message of this movie.
That is so crazy though, because I feel like even if I was in that crowd, I would be like, wait, what? The kid? Why are we taking the fucking like? I would have questioned it.
but-
I would have questioned it.
But also, not to whatever, they're in a small town, right? Rural town. They bring it up a couple times. You know, these are people from out of town or like smarter people. And these are all people that, you know, kind of are together in those rural towns. You don't have smart type people, right? You have simple type people who will mob mentality a lot of stuff. January 6th. That's all I'm going to say.
But the kid, I mean, I just can't like. It also wasn't logical to me.
I would have had face paint on within the first like
That,
3 or 4
to
hours
me,
of that bitch.
The kid was going to
100%.
be the
Lord of the
hardest
Flies.
person
Oh, yeah.
for them to try to sacrifice because so many people were going to stick up for a kid over an old
But
person.
at the end,
I start making allies.
more
and
than half of
isolating.
them were for killing that kid to sacrifice them so they could stay alive.
because they were all listening to that fucking.
well, yeah,
lady. I
but
just
all,
didn't
okay, so
understand it.
human beings.
Also,
okay, yep.
does anyone else remember more kids in that store at the beginning of the movie? I meant to rewind because
Yes.
where did they
Yes.
go?
There was at least one other kid.
Where did the other kids go?
I think they might have left right before it started going down because I think they were in the process of
No,
checking out. Or
When the earthquake started, the kid was still other
The other
kids
little
were
one was
still
there.
there.
well, hey, I don't know.
Because I remember when the
Only
one
one
lady
kid
was like,
allowed,
"I'm
man.
gonna leave."
We
When
need
the
to-
lady was like, "I'm gonna leave," and she was looking around, you could see a kid on the ground with someone else.
Look, logic was not here for this movie.
Yeah. So, okay. Let's talk about let's touch base on this because there's clearly a few of them. I'm sure you found a couple of weird little fucking
Mm-hmm.
critical mistakes.
Maybe.
So my big one was when they put the rope on the dude, and everyone still went out at the same time. Any logical individual would have just let the dude on the rope go out.
Well, no,
First.
that
By
wasn't.
himself.
That
Those
wasn't
guys
the
went
point.
out separately.
Yeah, they
that group
said
went out separately.
we're going and we're leaving because there's nothing out there. Fuck that.
They just left, and he went right afterwards. Why not? They're talking and discussing before he leaves.
Yeah, like maybe
Before
let's
the
see
neighbor
what
leaves.
happens.
Yeah, they're all
first.
having that discussion. Let the dude go out on the rope.
And we still don't know what happened to them.
Oh, they did.
We don't know that.
All I know is
because
that
the
lady
lady
made it.
Yeah,
One of
and
our
we
guys
heard her
got Dewey
scream.
coxed.
You right.
You know, he got halved.
Yeah, they don't had me.
Yeah, but I'm saying that whole conversation was taking place at the same time of him leaving and then the
They coulda
biker
just
guy going.
waited,
They could have just
yeah.
let him go out and check it and have been like, oh, okay, well, there we go.
I actually
Yeah,
kind
That
of
looks like
wanted
the
to see
joke's on
them
me.
back at the end. Like the group that left, I
Yeah.
thought that would have been another because they showed the lady with her kids. That's a throat punch right there.
Sure.
She left in the beginning
And she was fine.
and she made it and she
Right.
got out. She got to her kids and she got out.
But also, not everybody did get out, so
Well,
you
no,
can't.
but
What do each of
Yeah.
you guys do? Do you hunker down?
I hunkered down.
No, initially, because obviously we know what happens.
Initially,
Initially,
First
I
thing
would've-
comes
I
down, do you
would've
guys
hunkered down.
fucking hunker down?
yeah.
I think
mean,
I'd
you're
be,
in, hold on
I
though.
think I'd be too afraid to leave.
So
the,
there's-
the unknown out there would terrify me.
Not only that, but you're in a good spot, right? I mean, you got food, you got
Exactly.
you got stuff to defend yourself, you got a group of people that seems at first like they're there for the right reasons. Obviously, they tried to leave, they tried to do stuff, and to them and everybody in the store, you gonna die, right?
Not to mention that one guy left like almost instantly, and you hear him
Yeah.
yelling. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like that would have kept me inside.
Also, do they not show most of the people that left in that group besides Captain Holt in the spider part? Because there's a bunch of people all strung up in there, and one of the dudes besides the MP officer like is there too, that they like he backs into. So I feel like that might
I
be
didn't
what happened to
recognize
them.
any of the other dudes.
Can
in
I
the
can I
spider
say
thing.
can I say something?
Say it.
This I think it's the longest we went without jumping off the rails.
Well,
Well, at least in the beginning.
we are talking about the movie,
That's what I'm saying.
but we're
This is
not on the rails of the podcast.
We're on the
Yeah,
rails.
because
These are the rails.
he hasn't even announced the
We're focused
director,
on the movie. That's
when
why
it
I
came
consider it on
out.
the
and
reels.
all that
Okay,
stuff.
okay.
You
True.
know what I'm saying? We're
Yeah,
focused on the goddamn movie.
You're right.
That's
On
because
the
you fucked us
goddamn
up. That's
You're
'cause you fucked us
welcome.
up.
this cocksucker motherfucker. All right, well then, all right, let's get us back on the reels with the script, the plot of this movie. A freak storm unleashes a species of bloodthirsty creatures on a small town where a small band of citizens hole up in a supermarket and fight for their lives. See what I said there? Lives.
Fight.
I'm pretty sure I would have like been in the back hiding. Like even when the mob mentality, I would have just been in the back,
I would
and I would have been
fort.
like, nope.
Yeah,
Like I'm just, you guys stay out there. I'm gonna
get my own dog.
I'm gonna
food.
be in the locker room or in the back or
I'm
whatever.
I'm a fucking mental warrior. I would have had a couple little friends,
little friends.
but I still would have been isolated enough. You know what I'm saying?
I know
Yeah,
what you're saying.
yeah.
Yeah, you
God
make
forbid my son's involved. Then I'm fucking stealing a Bowie knife, whatever that
Whatever,
dude's knife
yeah.
and that shit.
I will say on the
Little
plus
slash
side,
and gash
like
you.
for Steve and I, if something were to happen in the world, like we don't have that
Oh, I got it.
extra
my
anxiety,
dog.
that
Shut the fuck up.
extra
That
thing
dog
to worry
is-
about.
Yeah.
You don't go nowhere, motherfucker. And then he just later. I can't catch him. He's quick.
You put me in that situation.
I can't. Fucking cocks. Where to watch this movie?
Surprisingly.
This is our first Netflix movie in a long time.
Yeah,
I
it's
know,
been a
right? The
while.
fuck?
It's been a while.
And it surprised me. When I looked it up, I was like, where can I watch the Netflix?
Mm.
Okay, that's fine with me. Also, you can rent it on Google Play, Amazon, Apple TV, Vudu, and Redbox. The Redbox.
The only reason I even looked at Netflix first is because I was already watching something on Netflix, and I was like, before I go to Amazon
You
trying to
guys
pay
Google,
for this,
Google,
let me look.
Google Watch? Like you just type in Google, right? Is that
Yeah,
what you
yeah,
do?
that's what I normally
Okay.
do. Is I just put whatever the title of the movie is,
Yeah,
and then
and
I
put watch.
shield where I'm looking because things come up.
Well, that's why
and
I
then
don't.
I just
that's
look at
why
the
I
two-
don't
yeah.
usually look it
Oh.
up because I'm too afraid to see stuff.
Maybe I'm just ignorant, but I don't have anything
Ignorant.
or haven't seen anything that pops up.
If you scroll a little bit further, it's there. But on the
Oh.
right side of normal, or what you're scrolling
Hold
for,
on,
it'll
let's
show
go
where
over
it's
here.
on. Yeah, you know.
Like some people. You know what I mean?
This is written by, or based on the story, The Mist by Stephen King.
It's so fucking whack.
Yo, look.
It's hard to be happy about this.
No, but not only that, but like you have to give Stephen King credit for writing
Fucking-
how many different stories, while be them sort of the same and from the same places in Maine and all this, they're still out there, crazy, and very good.
Oh, this is so fucking good. I love telling people to watch this movie,
Especially if they haven't seen it.
Right.
especially if you haven't seen it.
And then they come back, what the fuck, Wally?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I haven't slept for a week.
Oh my god, that's the ending, man. You guys remember the first time you watched this? Do any of you guys remember the first? I remember sitting down the first time I watched
I
this
remember. I
with
mean,
a huge
it-
like.
it
what
had to
the
have been-
fuck?
It had to have been close to when it came out.
Yeah,
yeah, it's been a long time. I feel like.
Yeah, because I was on a Thomas Jane kick there. You know why.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And
I know what you're thinking.
I know what you're thinking.
Did you watch the Punisher movie that he was in?
A
Steve and I love it, yeah.
Time ago.
Fuck you.
It's great.
my pick this week, and I have one in my brain that sort of ties to this movie, but that also sort of ties to this movie. We'll see what we get to at the end. This is
right.
directed by
Uh,
Frank Darabont. He's also directed The Shawshank Redemption, The Green Mile, The Majestic, and the first season of The Walking Dead.
So he's got a couple of big boys on that
Oh,
He's
list.
a
bangers
big
in
boy.
there.
Also, what do all those movies sort of have in common?
Weird fucking shitty endings.
They're all written by Stephen King.
Oh, I didn't know that one was.
Also, if you watch this, how many people are in this that are now on or were on the first season of The Walking Dead?
no idea.
At least
I was
I
thinking about
believe.
that when I saw that bald
I've
chick
never
that ran out the
watched
first
Walking
time.
Dead.
So the bald chick that runs out,
Yeah.
she's huge in The Walking Dead. I can't remember her name. Carol, I
Yep.
believe.
Yep.
Then the main chick that's towards the end that dies or gets shot in the car, she's in the first couple seasons of The Walking Dead, is like one of the main characters. Somebody I hated in the show,
The blonde.
the blonde girl.
Yeah. Terrible
The
names.
old guy who's in the car at the end too, he's in
Yep.
the show. Then a couple of the other background characters.
Didn't
in
put
the
all
show
that
well.
together.
The first thing I saw, I was like, God damn it. And then I was
a
like,
lot of
Frank
fucking
Darabont, all right.
B characters. I'm telling you, this whole thing is littered with people.
it is. It really is. Yeah. This is rated R for violence, terror, gore, and language. When that first tendril or tentacle, whatever you want to call it, just grabs his leg and just takes a chunk
Yeah,
out, you're like,
whole
oh,
chunk.
oh,
Yeah.
God damn.
what the fuck?
Yeah, his chest too. He grabs some out of his
Mhm.
chest, right?
Poor
The fuck?
Shermanator, just getting ripped apart. What a guy. Mysteries without answers. That guy was in, yeah. Ooh, bugs.
Dude, when she slaps her and then she threatens
it's
her
great.
back, I would have been like, let's right now.
Let's go.
Look, I
you know
would've
what?
beat
That's
her
when she
ass.
would have died. Right there. That would have been.
I
it right
also
there.
like how the short guy, who again in the beginning felt very timid and whatnot, literally just like walks right up to her after she, threatens her, then threatens him, and he's just like, "Try it. I got the gun."
Yeah.
I love how he's like, yeah, I was a shooting champion.
Right.
I was like, oh fuck.
Yeah, because at first the other guy was like, okay.
Right.
Like his
You
boss or
are
whatever
right.
was like, all right.
And you know what? I mean,
he fucks people
did
up.
he miss?
And that no, not one time, right?
I don't think so.
No, because you know why he didn't shoot until
He was ready.
he
to
knew he
fucking,
had the shot.
Yeah, and that's smart because again, let's be real.
They had like what 12 rounds. He said.
Yeah, they only had 6 and
Something?
6, right? So most people in that city, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you got the good guy with the gun's going to save the day. Probably not. So that guy knew what he was doing. Shooting champion. He's like, I'm going to wait for my shot. Even so, with the kid
And
there
he
standing
fucking
there.
One
He
shot.
waited
that
till
fucking thing.
Yep.
Yeah, and as soon as he grabbed him, Dunsky.
When do you make that choice? Clearly, he made the right one.
You're
but I
waiting
still
for a
feel like,
jump, right?
Yeah,
But
I still
also-
feel like he waited a little extra long for that. You don't know the dad's fucking there. You know that kid's right there. I probably would have
Yeah,
pulled the
'cause
trigger
the
a little
dad-
bit earlier.
Yeah,
He
I would have
couldn't-
shot that
He
bug.
couldn't see the
Yeah.
dad at first.
Right.
So like
Also, though, the bug's not coming towards me, and no offense to any kid.
it
if
wasn't
I'm
a
in
bug that time. It
situation.
was one of those.
But it's still a big bug,
What is-
bat thing, whatever.
It was like a dragon.
I realize I have an immaculate.
I'd be
Big
saving
old
that
mini
bullet for
gun.
something coming at me. What?
I have an immaculate jump shot.
Around the corner?
Yeah. I could probably run at it and then jump. I think I could do that.
All right, so on the next video, we're all going to the shooting
Just
range.
us out in the field.
We're going to sign some
I've
waivers.
done it before. I've already. I probably shouldn't say that, but I was young.
I was a young man, and I learned how to jump shoot,
Yes.
not basketball.
Yeah, because that's what it
Nah,
sounds
no.
like.
Gnarly jump shot this guy has.
This is starring Thomas Jane as David.
From the arc.
Oh, Laurie Holden as Amanda. Marcy Gay Harden as Miss Carmody. Is that how it was? Comedy? Comedy.
I don't
Carmody?
know.
Whatever.
Don't
The religious
ask me
bitch.
about names.
Yeah.
Toby Jones is Ollie. Andre Brogher as Brent. So Captain Holt, I don't know how to say that. William Sadler is Jim. Jeffrey DeMund is Dan. And Sam Whitwer is Private Jessup.
Private Jessup. What other characters you hate as much as that bitch?
In this movie?
Yeah, as much as the lady from Harry Potter is a fucking bitch.
Oh,
What was
you're
her name?
saying,
in
okay.
other movies.
Yeah,
Okay,
in
so
the-
is
sorry,
there,
yeah,
is
in
there a
other movies.
character you hate as much in another movie?
Yeah, that you just fucking. Obviously, everyone does the Joffrey thing. I
Dolores
hated Joffrey
Umbridge.
too.
Mhm.
This is Game of Thrones level of hate.
Oh, Joffrey though.
I
Like,
hated that
listen, I
shit.
hated Joffrey, but I feel like he didn't hold a candle to
His mother,
Ramsay.
Oh,
Ramsay Bolton.
Yeah. He was
Wingers.
fucking because he was like
Yeah, fucked
pure
up.
evil.
Oh,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
pure
I think it was
fucking
the
evil.
reason he
Like,
was so bad. It was just a kid in power, and he's just fucking a
who,
piece of
Joffrey?
shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's
The
look at
bad
this.
guy from Dragonheart, that fucking
Oh, Einan.
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
little
he
piece
gave me
of
the
shit.
creeps, actually.
Yeah, he
Great
was
actor.
a fucking top tier.
Any
A
actor
top-tier
that can
hatred.
can make me hate you or make my wife on the couch go fuck that person. I'm like, they're
Yeah,
doing
what
their
other
job.
character? This
Right.
should be the clip of the week. What other characters you just despise?
I'm trying to like run through.
Dolores Umbridge obviously is like, up
She's
there,
top
right?
tier. She's up there. You know, it's just pure pieces of shit. I would kill everyone we just named.
I mean, they're getting a bullet
Fair.
for sure.
Yeah.
Double tapped, just
Would you
like this movie.
could you choke him? Could you physically?
Can I choke a bitch?
Yeah. A bullet makes it easy.
You're
No,
right.
I couldn't.
I
know
think
that.
this lady in this. I think I could do some terrible.
You tell me
things.
you
I
wouldn't.
think I would.
You wouldn't just grab that lady from behind. Just
No, I don't. Not that I mentally
okay.
couldn't. I don't think I physically could. I just don't think I have that. I don't think I have
Stevie,
the.
what would you choke her out?
I don't
You'd
think I
choke her
have
out.
the capacity.
Yeah. I
the
feel like it's
strength.
almost easier.
just come from behind. Just
What's a hard way to do it, even if you're out of hatred, to take someone?
flick
to
them in
take
the
a
eyeball
life?
until they die. I don't know. Just
Literally
motherfucker.
Just beat them.
Yeah, looking squirt in their eyes and do it. I couldn't do that.
But
break,
this bitch
break the
shy.
neck.
I think the point where she starts screaming, boy, I was thinking about this. I was like, I could do that. I could probably do
Well,
that.
if that's your kid too, you would be like,
Yeah.
oh, you're dead.
Oh, she would. I
For
would
sure.
have cracked that thing
And
way
for it-
before we
And
reached
for it to be the other guy,
Hold my kid real quick.
Right.
Yeah.
for it to be the timid guy, and he's just like, I shot her. he's like, thank you.
He even says it. He's like,
Yeah.
I didn't have
any
a
other
choice.
choice.
He's like,
Yeah,
that's why I thanked
Like,
you.
Perfect.
You fucking killed that bitch.
What a good
motherfucker.
fucking guy. Ollie, you are the best.
And then he had to
I would
just
have looked
get.
directly at him and been like,
Yeah.
what the fuck took so long?
Like, goddamn.
I would have done that bitch a week ago. This is runtime, 126 minutes. I feel like, again, there is a couple lulls in this movie.
Mm.
But again,
I think it gets right to the nitty gritty. There's a couple weird spots though.
but you still need a little bit of breathing room. You still need did we need the lady to kill herself with the pills? Not really.
No,
I think
why?
the relationship
Why
between
actually was
that
that?
and
Why was that there?
Just to show like people are giving up. But then you also show the soldiers to hang themselves.
But
right?
that was out of guilt.
Correct. Yeah.
That
so
made
that makes
more sense.
Right. So why did this lady
Kill herself. I don't know.
I mean, I get it.
Maybe she
I
was
get
just
it.
look. She
I
looked
think they were
really
trying to show
traumatized.
humanity, but they just didn't do a very good
She
job.
looked really traumatized after the kid ran away from her and she couldn't get him back. Like
Right.
before he almost.
Yeah.
So maybe she was just like,
But wouldn't you
I
be?
can't
Okay.
fucking do this.
You're in a situation where it's life or death. You don't know what's going to happen,
Mhm.
and there's bugs from a different universe and weird shit happening, and everyone's dying. I mean, I would be. Obviously, I'm gonna be throwing hands too,
Oh,
but
yeah.
like,
Dude,
get
did you see
people
how
being like, I'm out.
solid they were though? Like when he was beating
She
that thing with a
stepped on it.
stick,
When
w-
she stepped
and,
on it.
and she fell.
Yeah. They
Like,
didn't even crunch it. She had to really fucking dig the heel into that.
yeah,
thing.
good
look
God.
in Earth's atmosphere, they they got.
But
a little
also
more
the
Sure.
dirt.
lady,
more
the lady who
gravity,
took
right.
all the pills, like she didn't throw up or have any, like she just died peacefully.
Right? Yeah,
like,
I mean,
Good for her.
I guess.
But usually pills
or
is not
was it
an
a
easy
mistake?
way.
Maybe-
Usually that is what I mean. Usually, well, depending on the pill, it's not an easy way to go.
Right. It's
It's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not.
Do you think they could have survived in the car a little bit longer? Just like waited it out
well. So that was
in an
okay.
enclosed space?
So my biggest gripe with the ending, if we're gonna get there already, is they're traveling. We don't know how long they're traveling, right? But it's also
Yeah, we don't know where they ended
We
up.
ran out of gas, and there's nowhere to go. There was no impending threat around
No.
them.
Exactly.
Except the thing that walked by and it didn't do anything.
But
it just
also,
walked by.
they've seen shit, right? They know if they get out
So
of this
they're-
car,
yeah,
they're
they're-
probably fucking
Exactly.
dead, right?
But they were driving for a while, and you're right. They didn't show them see anything except for that big thing.
That's
So,
the
like,
only. That's my only thing is why just kill each other now? Why not just hang out for a bit?
Try to survive. I know you don't want to get eaten by fucking monsters, but yeah,
Right.
hang out in there a little while, maybe try to survive.
Also, the movie had to end.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
like,
agreed.
And
you
had to end
don't-
like that.
You
Apparently.
don't want to be eaten by monsters, but also you don't know that you're going to be eaten by monsters. The
picture
gun was a
Steve,
sure
like,
thing. That was a
firing
sure
from the
thing.
hip. It's like it's time.
And that lady even said when they were leaving the grocery store, she said, "I would rather die out there taking my
Yeah.
chances than." So like, but you didn't take you just drove.
I mean,
and
to be
then
fair to them, all they've seen is if you're not in something,
you'll die.
you're dead almost immediately.
I don't know. He went to the pharmacy and made it back.
But they almost died immediately.
Some of
Well,
them
not
did,
immediately, but they got a little bit in there. And it's funny,
Dude,
I-
when
I-
the little spiders,
that,
nope.
that was
Honest to God, I probably would have laid down. This is it. This is the way that I
Just
go
just
because
take me
I'm
down.
not. There's no way.
Jesus take the wheel.
And I'm not even
I
afraid
do
of
think
spiders.
I think it's a bug thing, but it's those fucking tentacles that throw me off. That's what threw me off. I really thought this was, I thought it was like mantis was the big thing, like a praying mantis was.
You're
kinda
right
like the
though.
big
Like the
thing.
tentacles were
But the
very different
tentacles
from
fucking
everything
threw
else.
me off.
well, and that was what my point was is they're there, then they're not there through the rest of the movie.
Everything
Like,
else is like insect
Right.
kind of based.
Right. Which again, that's fine if it's a different universe that's
Yeah, that
crossing into
big-
ours.
That big thing at the end looked
Yeah,
like a
like
you
a
said,
crab
like
or
a big
something.
like a
yeah.
Yeah, I
Or
thought it was
because
a bug
its
thing.
legs did the like foldy thing.
Right.
It was walking.
Again,
You know,
they're all
talking about-
different
Yeah.
animals from a different universe, just like we have different animals here, sure. But I don't know. I
How come
wanted
no
more.
nice animals came out. There weren't any herbivores that came out of that dimension?
You're right.
Oh, look,
maybe
it's a
maybe the
little
mist
koala
makes
bear.
all them all
and
mad.
then it's like
Yeah,
a
no
horror
furry
movie about
ones.
chlamydia.
No monkeys.
Just throwing shit at the windows. Get the fuck out here and play.
Also, no good bugs, like no butterflies or like.
There's no good bugs on planet. Fuck
wherever
you.
the fuck it
Kill me.
was.
Right.
Planet kill me.
They were all just trying to. What if they're afraid and running away from something even worse?
Also, why open that? Why open that wormhole?
Well, that's the point of the
Why
I
you
think
movie.
it's
playing-
an
why you
accident.
playing with-
No one really knows what.
Why even play with that?
But there's no explanation for it, and I kind of
I think it
I'm
has
about
to be
it.
that way. If
Ri-
not, that
right.
would be fluff. That'd be unnecessary fluff. I feel.
Well, so I didn't put this in my fun facts, but the original idea for the movie was they were going to show the military at the beginning and explain what they were doing and like show the accident.
Does the book explain it? I've never.
I believe so.
read it,
Yeah, I believe so. So
Okay, then I need
one
to
of the
know.
actors and one of the guys on the set was just like, "Hey, let's not do that because then what are they scared of? We know what they're scared of. So it takes away the audience's view of the movie.
Well,
it
it's
changes
true
it.
because, like Wally said, like for part of the movie, you are wondering if this lady if it holds any water,
Yeah,
Like,
you're wondering
like-
if it's like a
because you
like,
don't know.
Everyone has a premise.
I mean,
Everyone
me
like
as
a
a
zombie
skeptic-
apocalypse question is a biological. Is
Me
it
as a skeptic, I did not.
too
The
many
whole
people?
time
Yeah,
I was like,
no.
when
she's
hell
lost her mind.
overflows like a Dawn of the Dusk,
Dawn of
whatever
the-
the
Dawn
Dawn of the Dead
Dead,
thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. God damn it! Now I'm like, I got 3 movies in my head.
That's a great one.
That's what happened to Wally last week.
That's a good one.
Well, so I'm
Just keep
I'm
fi-
doing
keep-
this
I
thing in
fired
my
a hit,
head.
baby.
I'm doing this thing in my head of trying to like connect movies, and I know we've talked about this for a
Not
bit.
me.
Yeah.
I know it's just wild.
Yeah,
just
just
like,
fucking
don't matter.
wild and out there.
But now I got 3 movies that can connect very well to this, and like, I'm like, fuck, we'll see when we get to the end. Who knows where we're at? This movie though, released on November 21st, 2007.
Was this a
It's older than I thought it was.
Thanksgiving movie?
It's a Christmas movie, basically, when you think about it.
But you know what I mean?
Perfect.
Yes.
Yeah.
If
Because
you're gonna release a
Christmas
fuck it all
movies
movie,
usually come out the week of Thanksgiving, and
You're
that
right.
sounds like
Get
right
the
around
family
Thanksgiving.
together, go to the grocery store.
let's go watch
See
The Mist.
Right. Yeah.
Let's go watch The Mist.
Let's go
It's a
traumatize
great
yourself.
family adventure. They come together at the end, right?
And leave together at the end.
Well, some of them.
All but one.
All but one. I will say it was very sad them driving by the house and then you're seeing his wife, whatever up
But
there.
also, what were the odds that he
Oh
was going
my
to see her on the
God.
outside? Like,
But
she was
also
on the
he-
outside. They wouldn't have killed her on the. I would have been inside that house. Why was she outside?
Let's be real. It's for the movie, wrapping it up. Also, though, but they tie it into he was supposed to fix the windows from the fucking tree, right? Like, and
That
he didn't.
just happened.
Still, you can be mad at yourself for that. Like he went there to do it, and they then decided to go to the grocery store, I think, instead, right? Like, which, okay, fine, but also, shit.
But she also was the one who was like,
Yeah, go with him.
"Don't worry about it right now."
Ipso facto, like,
And it just happened. It's not like the window's been broken for fucking.
Still
Like,
the longest we've talked about a movie.
they had a
You're
tree
right.
fall into the
You're right.
house. It's not like it was like
here's the other thing.
the
That-
window lock is broken.
That storm, is that storm
Connected.
biblical then, right? Think about this.
Sure.
If you want to get to it,
There's
like
Clint,
that was
Clint Eastwood coming out of what is that picture he's drawn? There's got to be some
So that-
parallels in here somewhere.
that's from The Dark Tower, which is another Stephen King.
it's so good.
Movie,
It's
yeah.
so good.
So,
yeah,
like,
that's Luther
story.
Luther Idris Elba.
Idris
Idris
Elba.
Elba. Idris.
Yeah,
Whatever.
Idris.
Idris. He
I'm
should be
pretty
the
sure
next
it's
James
Idris.
Bond, but
I'm
he's
I'm
too
not
fucking
sure,
old.
But I think it's Idris.
I think he'd be great. He'd be a great fucking James
I
Bond.
like
He'll be
him.
great at it.
But yeah,
Shotgun to the dick.
Are you sure that's Dark Tower?
Yeah.
Did they say that in the facts? Is that where you got that
Yeah.
from? It makes perfect sense
Yeah, it's not canonically, in the movie,
Okay.
but that's what he's drawing a picture from.
because it's
But it
literally
is Clint
good,
Eastwood.
bad, and ugly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dope. Anyways,
Box office that week, the top 10.
Tian.
Number 10, Mr. Megorium's Wonder Emporium.
Oh Jesus Christ.
Does that feel that old to you?
No.
Me neither.
What was this, 07?
Yeah.
I mean, we were out of high school.
Number 9, American Gangster.
A great movie.
Number 8, August Rush.
I know all about it.
Do you?
Yeah, little kid tries to tap guitar, but it's really a girl playing guitar the whole time.
Oh, okay.
Just so
Number
you know.
7,
I'm being serious.
Fred
Look it up.
Claus. Fred Claus.
Oh, Vinny.
Is that the
Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn, where he's got to like.
He's Santa
he's a-
Claus's brother.
Yeah, so stupid. Number 6,
But Vince Vaughn.
The Mist.
kind of not a popular movie?
Not really. Number 5, a movie that I do want to cover on this podcast because of how fucking
Excuse me.
wild it is. B movie.
Still have never seen it.
Like
Jerry Seinfeld,
Jerry Seinfeld, the B
as a
movie.
bee, basically getting in a human relationship with a woman
Have you
as a bee.
Have you seen the thing where it's like speeds up every time
Yeah, yeah,
he says B or something
yeah,
like
yeah,
that?
yeah.
It's like over in like 11 minutes,
It's
10 minutes or
hilarious.
something
It's
like that.
That movie is so wild. It was funny. It was on HBO Family the other day. I was flicking through. I was like, you know what? Let me. Oh my god, this is so stupid. And then yeah, that was it. And number 4, Beowulf
The computer animated one, I liked
with
it.
Angelina Jolie as the devil or
Yeah,
whatever.
I
I
thought,
don't think I've
that
ever
was
seen-
wild.
I don't think I ever watched.
It was
It ain't
all
worth
over
it.
like HBO and shit for the longest time or
Oh, I
Showtime. You remember? It was just
yeah.
those
I remember
every
all
other day.
stars,
seeing
maybe.
it. I just don't think I ever watched.
It's wild. It's
Yeah.
pretty wild.
Probably doesn't hold up.
You go watch it. Just go watch it.
Go
It's
watch it.
fucking. It's pretty crazy.
All right. Top 3 that week in no particular order. Then we got to guess the order. Hitman. This Christmas. Enchanted.
I'm
All
gonna
in
go
their first week.
What an odd.
Enchanted Hitman, and then the Christmas movie,
This
even though
Christmas.
it's Christmas time.
Okay.
I'd go Enchanted this Christmas, Hitman.
It is number 1, Enchanted. Duh. Number 2, Hitman.
Called
Number 3, This
it.
Christmas. My guy over here.
I
doing-
theven maybe it being Thanksgiving week-ish.
I'm just a
would-
Hitman.
I don't even
fan.
know.
I didn't want to put him at
I
the
know.
bottom.
You're right. Agent 47. Wasn't that Timothy Olyphant?
Hitman? I
yeah.
think so.
I don't know who
I
that
think-
is,
I think it
but
is.
maybe.
I believe
I
that
want to
it
watch
is.
that movie again. It's been a while, and I think I watched it once. I was like, eh. Are you hot?
No. Well, I'm always
I'm always
warm.
sweaty.
Moist.
I'm always
a little damp,
a little
if you will.
damp. Budget time. What do we think it cost to make this movie? Are we writing these down?
No, I'm fine.
No,
This is not.
Then we're gonna Tara's first.
Sure.
What do you think it costs?
Cost to make the movie.
Yep. Should I?
$60 million.
$60 million. Walter?
I feel like that's higher than I wanted to go, but I wanted to give some
20.
cushion.
20. I guessed 60 million as well.
Oh.
So this is my brain, right? Albeit they don't go a lot of places, there's
Mhm.
still a lot of CGI, and at the
Yeah,
time
that's
that
what I was
CGI
thinking.
was decent. You know, it wasn't like bad. There's production design. This is a Stephen King story. Thomas Jane was sort of big at this point. Yeah, there's not too many other people in it, but like 60 million, sure. Actual budget, 18 million.
Called
There you
it.
go.
Look at you, you little bitch.
This movie feels like it just a grab. Like it feels like people would want to do this movie because it might be gigantic, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I believe you read the script and you're like, "What the fuck?"
And you're kind of like, let's do it.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then,
yeah.
And then you do it, and you're like, oh.
And then you
Yeah.
do it.
And then you do it. All right, box office. What do we think it made overall in its run? Tara first.
So it got 6th, 5th,
6. Opening weekend. Yep, 6.
cost 18 million.
He finally remembered the music.
Finally remember to hit it.
I'm gonna say 60.
60 again.
I'm
She
gonna-
going
yeah.
with. All right.
Well, now that I know that wasn't the budget, I'm gonna.
I thought this movie fucking botched. I'm gonna guess 15.
15.
Yeah.
Like
Less.
barely made
Yeah,
anything.
Yeah.
Like at all.
Like made nothing.
Like under the budget.
Like
Yeah.
lost
Time of
money.
year seems really fucking whack for this movie to drop. Everything seems a little whack.
Gotcha. I was trying to keep going for the music.
Okay.
I guessed $80 million. Its opening weekend, it made $8.9 million. Overall,
Oh shit. Okay.
57.3. Tara
Look at
coming in
that.
with a 60. Look at you. Huh.
I was almost convinced that it lost money.
Not almost. You said it.
Well,
Not almost convinced.
It's almost because I'm not confident, but yes, almost.
I felt like word of mouth would have made people go out and see this. I think it was the opposite. Like, yo, this has got
Oh,
the
okay.
craziest ending. You need to see it, but it's fucked up. And people
Mhm.
went, maybe I'll watch it on DVD.
I get that.
You're right.
I can see that.
Also,
It wasn't bad though. Like that's not
No.
a bad.
I didn't
box
see
office.
this when it released,
especially
I
for
think
what they
that's another
made.
thing. I didn't see this till probably far after release.
I'm trying to remember when I watched it.
Yeah, me too.
I saw it
and
when
I
I was young, but
can't-
definitely not.
I definitely did not see it in the theater. I know that.
I know I didn't see it in the theater either. So,
Me either.
and again, it was one of those. Did I even know it was in the theater, or do I even care that it was in the theater?
It definitely
or, you
has
know?
been a long time since I've seen it though. So I definitely, it was longer ago.
I
Sure.
want to fucking punch that bitch.
That fucking cunt. Sorry, I might take that out.
How much longer?
Speaking of, subscribe.
How much longer is that clip? Does it
Wait.
show the whole earthquake?
I don't know. I
No,
didn't, I didn't
I don't-
watch it.
if
It's
it's a
just a
trailer, I
trailer.
don't
Yeah,
think
it's,
so.
I
it's
wanted to
just a
see.
trailer.
Oh, I wanted to see if it showed the kid.
Oh, how
extra
many people
kids.
are in there?
The extra kids, yeah.
Whatever.
But that was like right at the beginning of that, like
Goddamn
that.
Captain Holt.
I
I'll
think
never look at you
I
the
think
same.
He's good at acting too. I think he did an alright job.
Look.
I think I might start watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine again. Like just I want to see him like his little quirks. and
There was
stuff.
something about that show that, like, as much as I love it, I just I had to wean myself off it, and then I just stopped watching it. Like
You
I
didn't
know
watch the ending?
I know I didn't finish it because, like, I don't know, something about it just maybe it's.
I really liked the ending actually.
Well,
Like
don't tell
the-
me anything about it.
I'm not
but
going to. But
I don't know. Maybe it was just Jake Peralta was just too much for me all the time.
a little extra.
Yeah, kind of like the Jimmy Fallon thing where I'm
Is
like,
he the
I
guy
like
that's
Jimmy
like,
Fallon.
Is he that guy?
It's Andy Samberg.
Well, no, yeah, Andy Samberg.
Oh.
You're thinking of Joe Trulio or whatever the fuck his
Yeah,
name
yeah.
is. The everything you got.
That
guy.
Yeah, that one. He gets on my nerves on the show.
Right, which is hilarious
I'm glad
because
you got that.
because in that movie, and I Love You Man, they're both in that
Yeah, yeah.
movie as supporting characters, and then
I liked Jake Peralta in the movie, but I also just really liked him with Holt. I mean, not movie, show.
yeah.
I
They're,
liked
they're,
the Peralta Holt.
their dynamic is great.
yeah.
for sure. I would sign up for that. I'd just watch the YouTube clips of that. Are we gonna do it at the same time? Now look at us. A cheers, sir. A cheers.
What is this? Oh,
You got the
there's
light.
different ones.
I'm doing the Bold Rock hard tea. It's okay. It's spicy.
It's
Totally that
spicy.
early. It's hard to explain. Like it tastes good, and then you get a little ooh, ooh.
All right.
Tomatometer time. The Rot Tea Tomate Teas. I'm trying to do different things. Rotten Tomato score.
Cheese.
What do we think the critics and audience gave this out of 100%? I
God, I
think
have
we
no idea.
do we write these down or not?
Nah. I don't
Okay, we're going to Tara again first. Critics, audience, out of 100%.
Am I doing both?
Sure.
Okay.
I think people just hate an ending. They would give it a bad score.
I just don't
You
don't
think people do
remember. I
that?
don't know enough about the movie,
See,
so I feel like I'm
If I was a critic and I saw this, I would give it extra points for having balls.
Balls. Yeah.
Yeah,
Big
yeah,
old
yeah, yeah, yeah.
balls.
I think I'm gonna go. Did people like this? I don't know. I don't know enough about
honestly
it.
have
Yeah.
no
I don't know
fucking
enough
idea
about it.
either. I
Okay.
have no idea.
It's
hard. I don't know if people like vote or put their things up emotionally.
know.
Like you know what I'm
Right,
saying?
yeah.
I'm gonna
If-
go.
I see people hating this. because of the ending.
65
60. 65.
critics.
Okay.
68.
68 audience. Okay.
I think
gonna
they were.
go-
I think it's similar, and I think for the same reasons.
Sure.
I think audience probably also watched it and went, "Whoa!"
I'll give critics a 50, but I'm gonna give audience a 30.
Ooh, going different there. Okay. I gave it critics 65 on the same page here.
Yeah.
And then I gave it audience 60. I felt like, well, people might not like the movie as a whole. You're going out on a note that is different than anything you've ever seen. So you're either going
Is
to be
that
like,
appreciated?
right, is
Yeah.
that you're either going to really love it or be like,
or
what
be mad.
the
My
fuck?
mom would be one of those people who would be like,
This movie's
I hate it.
garbage.
Yeah.
Right, not
I
for
hate it.
me. You
Yeah.
killed the little kid. Like, nah, I'm going,
Good. Good on you.
yes. Yeah. I haven't seen that before. Look at the balls on this motherfucker.
What is it? Steve?
No, it's critics 72, audience 65.
Oh shit.
but
Oh.
both decent, both good
You- I
scores.
mean,
though.
I
yeah,
don't
not-
have faith in
not-
humanity, I guess.
Right. IMDb 7.1.
All right.
I mean, that's
Good on ya.
That's a passing score there.
I've told so many people about this movie, and I just get the what the fuck afterwards. So maybe I'm a little jaded.
Maybe
Like, why would you watch this?
true.
You know, like Jesus Christ.
But I do feel like that's
Fuck
a
you,
proper
Wally.
reaction, but that doesn't mean that they would rate it negatively.
I know, but I just feel like that's what people do.
Yeah, you're right. That's what people do.
My mom gets mad at movies when they make her like sad
Exactly.
or angry or whatever, and I'm like, but that's a quality of a good movie. It got across what it was supposed to get across.
Right.
But
if
no
it's
one
giving you-
removes
It did
himself
its
from like
job.
no one removes himself from that to think of it like from that
certain,
perspective.
Yeah, certain people don't.
Yeah,
they just
yeah,
go,
yeah.
"Oh, it made me mad. Fuck that movie," or "I don't like this
Exactly.
character," and it's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Exactly.
whoa! Why don't
They
you
don't
like
see a
this
movie
character?"
for what it is. They just
Exactly.
kinda
Like,
for how it makes
if you hate this character, they're doing something to get you a response. And to me, that's the highest form of a compliment. Like, you could watch something and it'd be like, well, did nothing for me, and
Yeah.
that sucked. But if you're getting a reaction out of me, you're doing something good, right? You know, if I'm like, fuck this lady for being a religious fucking zealot or whatever.
She did her job.
Exactly. You know, I wanted to kill
keep
this
thinking
lady.
you're picking your nose.
Cause my fingers in my eye.
I only see like the off periph. I'm
My
like,
eye
fucking,
to my nose is not anywhere close.
I'm not. I'm trying not to look every time.
Oh,
I just
okay.
see your
I
hand.
mean,
up
nobody
here,
can see your eyeballs.
fucking
so it's all
digging for
good.
gold.
Mister wearing your sunglasses. Look at all. Those are actually some nice. I like those.
Prescription. I paid good money for these.
Oh, did you? I
Yeah,
like
I
the.
built them myself too.
It's like the
With the
reddish,
sunglasses.
bluish.
Yeah, I completely built the most random
Good. Just
tortoise shell
Tortoise.
blue, whatever this shit is, and
I like
then
it.
all
It's
the
like a
fucking
teal.
fancy lens shit. Yeah.
Look at you living large over
This
here.
is they're definitely
It's 'cause I
very.
lost my other
They're
ones at Toots.
definitely very.
Toot. Flashy.
No, Russell Winchester.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
The wind
they're
is
very-
blowing and he's
What a
coming
they're
in.
very
compliment, Tara.
rusty
Oh,
wind.
Tara, you're the best.
Jesus Christ. Who was your favorite character in this movie, Tara?
You know what?
You don't have to
And
have
all
one,
of us have
remember,
the
yeah.
same one. There's no way we don't have the same favorite character.
Who's your favorite character?
It's Ollie. It's no way we
Okay.
all don't have him
So-
as a favorite
so he
character.
does-
When he blows that bitch's head off.
While I was
Yeah.
watching the movie, I was trying to think of this.
'Kay.
Like the answer because
That's good. Yeah, you should.
I
be doing
was
that.
trying to take it all in. It's definitely I think him and the old lady
Ah, yeah.
Okay, old
because
lady's pretty
she
dope.
also was like fucking in it
Yep.
too.
She was
And
like, "Didn't I
she-
have you and your daughter or whatever?" And here you go, you
Go.
first.
Yeah.
Yep.
She was like not really what does she call them? Not
I'll
really
take
like
that. I'll take that. answer. That's great.
overachievers there.
Yep, yep,
Let's go.
yep.
And she went. She
Yeah.
went with them
She
too.
had,
like
she had the balls to go as
yeah.
well. Yeah.
She was like, check the fridge, get the like blah blah blah.
Also, she's probably like, "I'm not staying here with these motherfuckers. Like, let's go."
Dude, she did a great job.
Yeah.
Honestly, I kind of overlooked her, if I'm being honest.
And
She
for her
did
to
a
be-
phenomenal,
And
phenomenal
for her
job.
to be
Take a compliment.
the last
inherently.
5 people alive too,
What are
right?
compliments?
I don't know what they are.
Ollie, bro. Like,
Ollie.
you fucking yeah. What a turnaround character
And he
that
goes
is.
out like a champ too.
Yeah. And I only envision him as the computer from like the Marvel movies.
Yeah, Zemo.
So yeah, and it's like seeing him in this role, I'm like, yeah,
Or not Zemo.
Yeah.
What the fuck is his name?
something like it.
He's the
Whatever, I
computer
don't-
head,
I don't
whatever.
know.
Yeah.
But
he
anyways,
was, he was a dickhead in something that I watched, and I can't remember what it was. That actor they played.
the Marvel
Ollie.
movies, he was
Yeah.
a pretty big cock. You know,
Maybe that's what
He's
I'm thinking. of.
Cockenspiel.
yeah. But no, that's his turn. His fucking. He's got a glow up
He do
in this
He
fucking
do.
movie. He went from being someone that I was like, oh, what?
Like you
he's
thought
just a generic,
timid, like, yeah.
nice fucking nerdy dude.
Just
man. He
works at a fucking grocery
Yeah,
store.
this is
Like,
weird. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, he's saving lives. He's putting bullets in things.
So, and I think that's the good.
He's a fucking team.
yeah, that's
player.
a good
Yeah, yeah.
story too, right? Like it's a good character.
He's not a
arc,
fucking
good whatever.
idiot.
Yeah,
it's
because
an art, yeah, like a 0 to hero type.
Yeah,
of,
and he
Exactly.
makes that
scenario.
choice every time. It's not just at his whim. He's like, okay, let's go do this. All
you're right.
this is
There's
where
no
this-
part where he like chickens
He
out or
pussies
doesn't.
out, yeah.
yeah.
I like that guy.
What a good character.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was gonna say Thomas Jane, but now you've made me like him even more. But
that's-
only Thomas Jane because
Thomas Jane is also that. I think he is that hero too. For
I
most
think
of the
it's,
part.
but it's also like picking him. I feel like is
obvious.
obvious.
Yeah. Well, I like the part in the beginning where like they start jumping down his throat because he's like the smart guy who went to college and like, he's just like, I'm just back here.
Also,
looking, right?
The fact that they did that, like, not to like downplay what the
Calling
people
me
that
stupid
that
Like, I
do
didn't say
this
that.
for the movie.
Yeah.
He makes movie posters.
True.
dope.
Like,
That would be kind of
no,
tight.
dope job. But what I mean is, you're getting on him for graduating college and stuff. Like he makes
Yeah,
movie posters. It's not like
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
fucking NASA
Well,
Speaking
or
of,
a doctor or a lawyer
hurry
or
up, do you-
something.
so that's your favorite. You want to elaborate before I give you my worst because that immediately reflects my worst character.
well, we obviously know who our least favorite character is. I mean,
Yeah, old fucking switch hitter over
Oh,
there.
switch hitter.
Yeah, you know, like that fucking piece of shit.
yeah. That fucking piece
He's like
of shit.
crying and screaming for her, like at the end, like, "Oh yeah, praise, blah 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 blah." Like, oh fuck, I've put a bullet in you too, you piece of shit. But it's the girl that's the worst character. I'm just trying to pick a different one because I
Wait,
know
who are you talking about?
Jim.
Jim, the fucking the dude that tries to fix the
Oh,
generator.
yeah, fuck that
Yeah,
guy.
he just switches sides. But we, as Steve said, we all know it's the fucking pitch.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
definitely her.
It's
That
For
guy-
sure.
That guy was in something, and it's bugging the shit out of me. And I looked it up earlier today, and I
He's been in
still
a
can't
couple.
remember.
He's had
as
couple
like
of
a
weird-
rant, as like a character
Yeah.
like that, like a supporting.
No, he was in some bigger stuff, or not bigger stuff, but he was something. I'm gonna look it up.
It was like
here.
The Rock or movies
No,
like
no,
that
no,
or
no,
something.
I mean,
like that.
she's been in a lot of stuff too, and I feel like they had to have someone like that play that person.
What is it?
in Die Hard 2. He's the bad guy.
Yeah, okay.
That's what
Okay.
it is.
Absolutely
Also,
not what I
he's
was
the Grim
thinking of.
Reaper in Billin's Head.
Oh
Still
shit!
not what I was thinking of. What else is he in?
In Shawshank Redemption, he's somewhat of the bad guy.
Oh, he was in Shawshank Redemption.
He's been in a lot of
Yeah.
movies. Yeah.
so
He's been-
another movie that director
Correct.
directed.
Correct.
So.
Dun, dun,
Yeah, no,
dun.
the biggest thing he would have been in was Die Hard 2 is, what the fuck what's the goddamn name in that, but yeah, he's like the bad guy. Colonel Stewart. That's what it is.
There it
Also,
is.
like the fact that Sherman's name in this movie is Norm, like
He's
it's like
not in The
funny.
Rock.
No,
No,
he's not in The Rock. No, he was in 3 episodes of Agents of the Shield. That's right. He played President Ellis. He was also the president who
oh
puts
my
on
god,
the
how
fucking.
different from the character. that
He
was
puts
in
on
this
the
movie to
Captain
be
America,
a fucking
Iron
president.
Man suit in Iron Man 3.
See how tight knit Hollywood is. You know what I'm saying? I bet you people are like phone calls away every time.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know,
Oh, he's also in Machete Kills.
Machete.
Machete.
old Trejo, right?
Denny Trejo.
Is he in that one too? I'm
Machete.
assuming he's in both.
Yeah, he is Machete. I mean,
My ex-girlfriend used to find him attractive.
they call him Machete.
Not
I wish I had the George voice to
He's
do
just
that,
saying.
but I don't. I need to figure. They call him Machete. Close.
Tater salad.
Tater tot. All right, what was our favorite part or scene in this movie?
Bitch getting shot.
I mean,
It's the most gratifying.
okay.
But clearly the best scene is everyone. Ooh. I think everyone getting shot is pretty fucking
Like the-
ridiculous.
That's the
I'm never,
best
I'm
scene.
never
You mean
not
the
gonna.
end?
I think it's well shot and it's well acted. I think that whole little section
I
is
think
I get what you're
phenomenal.
saying.
I
I
think
get what
that's
you're saying.
definitely a top tier scene in the movie because it's also you're like,
Yeah.
I just watched all this movie for this to
Yeah,
happen.
that's
like,
what I remember from this. I mean, I remember the whole movie, but that's obviously the one that sticks out
That's
the
what
most. And
stands
it's
out.
not just because the ending, the act. If they didn't sell that shit, I wouldn't have believed it. They
Yeah.
sold the shit
Yeah.
out of it.
The 2 things I remember is the ending and then also fucking Star Killer being in the movie. And then
Yeah,
like
right.
putting his hand on, or sorry, the left hand on the glass and like, please, and then he gets just taken away. I was just like,
Yeah.
all right, I'll see you in the Star Wars video games, motherfucker. And if anybody has never played Star Wars The Force Unleashed 1 and 2,
They're great.
it's so good for being a PS2 game
Yeah.
still. Like, I'm playing, just now, we were playing, or I was playing the new Star Wars, fucking,
He pulls a Star Destroyer
yeah, I know, right?
out of the sky.
What the fuck? What game was I just playing? Star Wars Lost
Force
Jedi
Awakens?
Survivor.
Oh.
Lost Jedi Survivor or something. It's
Yeah,
newest,
the
the
old one's
newest
Force Awakens, right?
with him. Yes, Force Awakens.
Okay.
Force Unleashed.
Just him.
Force Awakens is
The
a
new
Star
one.
Wars movie.
you know,
God damn it! Fuck these generic titles.
he listened to them screaming at him in the car to get back in the car instead of reaching for that gun, they would all still be alive.
You're right.
I saw the answers because you held it like
All
that.
right, we'll put this one there. Give me this one.
TV and movie trivia time.
Where'd you just take that from?
The top.
No,
we- the
Wally.
The fuck?
Both of
Wally.
us would not have gotten those. All right, Wally, what do you got? If you think they're too hard, you can pull another one.
Ooh, one of you might get this one. This one has a couple hard ones.
By the way, I can see text in his glasses, but I cannot read it. My eyes are not that good. I got one.
Okay, but this one fell on my leg. It's
Sure.
grabbing it.
All right, what do you got? What do you
Do
got?
you guys want? These are hard. You two
Go
are good.
for it,
though.
go for
You two, okay, so we'll do both. Which TV detective had the catchphrase "Just one more thing"?
Woof. That's old too, isn't it?
I don't fucking know. I don't know either of these. I might get the second one if I had plenty
Which
of time.
TV detective?
Yeah, which TV detective had the catchphrase "Just one more thing"?
You want me to just say it? Is it
I haven't.
Kojak?
No.
That's not what I haven't wrote anything.
Written anything?
I haven't watched a lot of detective shows.
Jake Peralta.
Do you want the answer, or you want to?
So for
sit on
some
it?
reason, the first one that's coming to my mind is Richard Castle, and he's not technically a detective.
No, he's
so-
not. So that wouldn't be that. I think this is
But
from
he
an
does
old.
say that a lot.
I think
you
this
know?
is old.
Yeah.
I think this is like
I have no
could be.
idea.
Dragnet or some shit. What is it?
Columbo.
Ah, motherfucker! It is Columbo is like old
No
as fuck.
fucking way.
I love Columbo though. It's really good.
I
All
told
right.
you-
Columbo.
I told
Yeah,
you
let's
I
do the
just
second one.
rewatched
This
Castle,
one, this
right?
one, you guys might get. This is kind of full circle, also,
Oh geez.
as a small hint.
Oh.
Which 1994 film had the tagline "Fear can hold you prisoner, hope can set you free"?
Fuck. Fear can hold you prisoner. Hope can set you free.
I think I could be wrong, but I can give another hint. Maybe with this,
Give me another hint.
this might have been written on a beam,
On a beam. Fuck you.
etched into a beam. Maybe I could be wrong.
I don't even have a guess.
So I
for
might have
this,
just
to be
fucked it
honest
up,
with
but-
you. I don't even have a guess for this.
Hold on. It's like my brain's percolating.
Say it again.
94.
Yes.
Is it?
That's
Does it have
probably
a?
the biggest thing? Which 1994 film had the tagline, "Fear can hold you prisoner, hope can set you free"? And I believe this was written on a beam. Is where you see this.
Do you know for sure that we've seen this movie?
Yes, 100%. Both of you have seen this. 100%, without a doubt. And I'm not a 100% cat.
We're gonna hate ourselves when he's just like, "Oh, it's
Okay.
fucking Dumb and Dumber."
I'm throwing this out. I'm throwing this guess out here, and just
and hold on,
because
hold on.
Ho-
I say full circle. So just
I don't know what that means.
we've already mentioned it
On this episode.
on this. I think on this episode, yes. Maybe not.
At least
Maybe
on
not.
this podcast.
We have mentioned this.
It's not cliffhanger, is it?
Today?
Yeah, we just mentioned it just a minute ago.
The fuck did we just talk? I have a terrible memory, so is it starring like a big Hollywood action star?
It's starring the guy you just listed earlier. The fucking B-listing dude that I thought was in fucking The Rock or whatever it was.
So the same guy that's in this is the fucking gym guy?
Yeah, the
So
guy.
is
the
it
gym-
Die
no,
Hard 2?
It's not Die Hard 2.
No. 1994.
I
So I
have
guess
no
you guys
idea.
are trying to go era.
Hold
but
on.
Not quite.
It's fucking I know what it is. It's fucking why can't I think of it?
You don't get to use your notes?
Okay. I didn't
Yeah, call him out, Tara. Get him.
Is it Shawshank Redemption?
No.
You guys have your answers?
Yeah.
What's your answers? Both of you.
Shawshank Redemption.
Yes.
I said it first.
Shawshank.
That doesn't feel right with the tagline.
No, it really doesn't.
Shawshank. It's written on the beam.
Shawshank Redemption.
The dude hung himself.
No idea.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
I get it now.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I
That
get
scene?
it.
Am I wrong about that scene? I don't know. Does this go on the bottom or the
Yeah,
top?
the bottom. Shawshank Redemption. Here's the other ones. Which children's cartoon character is also known as the Princess of Power?
Don't know.
She-Ra. Nobody would have got that.
Yeah, no, what the fuck?
Teenagers Will, Jay, Neil, and Simon go on a lad's holiday to Melia in which 2011 movie? Malia?
No idea.
The In-Betweeners movie.
I have
What,
no
I don't
idea.
even know what that is.
M-A-L-I-A is Malia, right? Malia? Whatever. Jesus fucking Christ. I don't fucking know. We're back here. Any what the fuck moments in this movie?
The whole movie.
Let
Hold
me
on,
think.
hold on.
Let me think for a second.
Take out the death at the end, right? Take that out.
Sure. The
Is there
obvious one
any
is
what the
just
fuck
obvious.
moments? Is there anything we're like, what the fuck?
Literally everything that leaves that bitch's mouth is pretty much what the fuck oriented.
Sure.
You know,
Yeah.
like she's crazy as shit.
Her
She
whole
crazy.
her whole character
Conceptually, the idea of mist shadowing.
is
That's kind of tight, though.
Do you think
I
it's like
mean,
atmospheric?
That's what I thought. Like, they can only survive in the
mist,
atmosphere.
yeah.
So, okay, this is what
you
I thought.
burn it away and it's fucking these guys are gone.
So I remember thinking of this, and I don't know if I thought about this when I first watched it or because I've seen this movie probably 3 times. So maybe the second watch I had, I always thought that the beginning part with the tendril dissolving,
Was it going back to its place?
it was because it wasn't in its atmosphere. So remember
Sure.
evolution, right? Where they can only survive in their atmosphere.
Yeah.
I thought that was going to be like this, to where the
I
saving
was
grace
just
of the
thinking about
movie.
evolution earlier.
Right, the saving grace of the movie, or what they get, whatever is, once the mist moves on, or they figure out a way to blow the mist away, or whatever, they can't survive in the atmosphere. So then they just start dying out. I thought that's how the movie was going to go. Obviously, fuck me, I
Although
didn't see them
it
blowing
took
each other's
a while
brains
though
out.
for it to die. Like it sat there for so
What
long,
if you
and
just
then
missed one?
it wasn't until they poked it with the thing
Right.
that it
So
like,
well, to me that was it wasn't still alive, but the minute you touched it, just like a tail from like a salamander or whatever, when you touch it again,
Sure.
it's still gonna like move. Well, then it was like, oh no, I'm not in the mist anymore. It did.
I just
And
assumed
then
it's because it
attach
wasn't
one.
attached to the thing anymore.
Well, that
but
too.
If I made it like another day in there and there wasn't a crazy bitch and it just became a survival
Mm-hmm.
movie,
Naked and Afraid, but
Yeah, yeah.
inside of a store.
I'd try to catch one.
I want to ride one of those wing things. You know, like,
And
let's
then
go.
Find its weakness.
you make some of that rope into a lasso.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
just-
yeah.
let's
I
go.
just got a fucking pet.
And
pet
then you fly
gigantic
up to the
fly.
big one,
The
and then
flying
you
thing?
yeah.
The ones that were eating the bugs.
The bat, yeah.
The dragon bat.
And then you get on the back of the bat, and then you fly up to the big bitch, and then you ride it like an elephant.
Hold you? They weren't that big.
I get 2 of them, and I put them on my shoes, right?
you like skate on them.
Yeah. And then I'm holding them
through the sky.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you think you could fist fight one of the winged ones and win?
Uppercut.
It's got a beak, right? Didn't it have a
Uppercut.
beak?
That's what I'm saying. You got to
It had some. But it was like a flat beak. It was weird.
get it from behind.
Because like it did have a beak, but the front of it was like
Or get it from the side. I don't know.
flattened. It was
Also,
weird.
spiders. No, fuck that. I'm out.
I would have
That scene-
fucked it up.
In which that
I'm not
dude
scared of
goes,
spiders,
they're in
that's
me,
it.
and then falls over,
And they come
and
out
his
of him.
back blows up,
Oh, dude,
and they're
it's ridiculous.
everywhere.
I'm
That's
not
a what the fuck.
even
That's a what the fucker.
like I'm not even bothered by spiders. Like
No.
like a spider.
Right.
Do
Or
you
something.
squish? Would you squish do you squish bugs
No,
if they're like in your area?
Yes.
no.
You do like
Yeah.
spiders?
Yep.
So
Okay.
me, if there's
Yeah,
a
I do.
spider,
Why would
I'll try to get him on a card, and I'll put him outside.
Am I heartless for that? Is that what you asked me?
No, I think after a while they have a bad rap. They do good. A lot of spiders do good.
They eat a
Especially
lot
if
of
they
other
hate
bugs.
mosquitoes. and
So
shit, yeah.
the spiders that hang around my house are wolf spiders.
Me
And
too.
they're,
Me too.
They're
They're gigantic.
big, and I just can't have that.
I like spiders because they will eat all the other bugs like cockroaches or whatnot. Or,
We don't
you know,
really
whatever.
have a lot of bugs.
Not cockroach. What are the like the little black like beetle looking ones?
Like where we
Stink
live,
bugs?
we don't really
Something.
have a lot
I
of
don't know.
bugs.
I got the crick out here, right? Or sorry, my waterfront property.
What's
Yeah, dude,
Uh,
it's so bad. If there's water anywhere near you, it's the worst fucking shit in the world.
Frogs,
so we
bro.
don't have that, but Carrick also treats like
I got
around
turtles too.
around
bunch
our
of shit, bunch
yard
of turtles. I'm talking
with like
fucking turtles,
stuff
bro.
that keeps bugs out
Sure.
for the most part. And
Yeah, I spray my house usually every
he,
season.
I don't know if it's because he did it later this year than he usually does, but we've pulled 2 ticks off of our dogs, and our dogs, I'm talking, they've never had a tick,
Hmm.
like,
I found one of my fucking
ever.
dang the
and
other
now
day.
we've pulled
The
them
other
off.
day?
Not
And
even
again?
joking. Yeah,
Again on your
Well,
bing bag.
yeah, on the whole fucking coin
Remember-
purse.
Remember the one?
Oh yeah, dude.
Gosh.
I had one right on the sack. It's
So
usually
again-
once a year. Once a year, yeah. And it's because I cuddle with my dogs. The dogs go out there, and I put stuff down for ticks.
You put it on
usually.
your dog.
You're
But-
also you're in the forest.
Yeah,
so-
if you walk, it's literally water there,
Yeah.
and there's like you said, there's bugs everywhere.
Bugs.
Yeah, there's mosquitoes
Skeets and
everywhere.
yeah, we
And I
had
But
love
I'm
being
serious,
outside.
like-
So
Like Jade has never had a tick, and she's gonna be 6 this summer,
Yeah.
and has never had a tick.
and she's got long hair.
And she's got long hair, and she's never had a tick.
Good for
But
her.
Carrick pulled one off a roadie
It's
this weekend
time.
while I was gone.
Bro, yeah.
dude, I had that was a scare. That time I had that tick on my balls. I
Oh,
thought
I
I had
bet.
like lupus. Or something.
Leprosy. My balls are falling off.
It's like like
I
a
was like,
cancerous
yeah,
mole.
I had pulled the tick off, and it's like the bites just last a while. I
Yeah,
guess
yeah.
I was like, oh, there's something wrong with my bag.
It's
That's the fuck.
going necrotic.
They do though, and they like itch those
Yeah,
bites.
It was
too.
bad, man.
Especially
I was
on your
fucking for a
balls.
while. Yeah, it was bad.
Anyways,
It was one of those things I didn't get the head out.
yeah, exactly.
Ah.
You got to dig.
Yeah,
Got to get in there nice and deep, black boy. So I don't know if you saw the post my wife made maybe like a month ago of Gunner's
I'm
face of
itchy.
our dog.
Oh yeah,
blowing
yeah,
up.
yeah, yeah.
That was from a tick.
Was it
And
really?
yeah, so we when we got back from
I would've thought it was
Canada,
a bee or something.
when we got back from Canada, we went to the next day or that day. I think we ended up going to wrestling that night. We went with Brent and we went up to Baltimore, and we
Yep.
were like, I feel bad for leaving the dog alone, but he'll be fine, you know. So we get back, and it was probably like midnight when we got back, and we go to sleep, and the dog's sleeping with us. I wake up around 3 a.m. to the dog moving his head everywhere, in
Like
the bed.
itching it
shaking
kinda thing?
it.
But not
stuff.
like fast, but just like, and I'm like, he'll do it for like a second maybe, and then just go back to sleep. And he just kept doing it. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? So I look under the covers, and I'm like, what are you
Is it in
doing,
his
dude?
ear?
And I'm like trying to grab him, right? Because again, it's dark. It's fucking 3 o'clock in the morning probably. And I'm like, what are you doing? And he's just moving his head. And so I was like, fuck, let me get my phone. I put the flashlight on, and his fucking snout is,
Yep.
I mean, boof.
Jesus.
And he's just wrenching that bitch back and forth. I'm like, I get it. Like, dude, that's gotta suck and be so itchy. And like, it started going up into his head and stuff, like having like bumps and everything. And we take him out of the bed. I'm like, what are you doing? And all of a sudden he's like, ah, and just throws up. I was like, what the fuck is going on? I thought maybe allergic reaction to
Yeah.
something, or he got into something. Again, we were gone all night, so I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then he threw up again. And then obviously it's 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. Who are you gonna call? You can't call any. Well,
They got emergency
sure.
clinics, but yeah.
We tried. There was nobody open for animals, and it was just like, what the fuck?
You
we
know
gonna
what?
do?
It's actually really frustrating because the closest emergency vets near
Bowie?
us.
Isn't it Bowie or some shit?
Waldorf
something like that
is the
yeah.
closest one.
So good thing we called my mom. She had some Benadryl. Tiffany took him over there and
Yeah, I've
gave
had
him
to
some
look that
Benadryl.
up. If it's okay to give a dog Benadryl, I've had to do that before.
He had a tick
It
right
is.
here, and we couldn't see it because he was so swelled up that, and you know how they have like the dots or whatever, the whatever. We thought it was that because it was like really close to it. And finally, like the next day or that morning when he started unswelling, is that a thing?
You
Sure.
saw it.
I was like, what the fuck is this? And let me tell you what, that was the hardest tick to try to get out of him because it was in there. And we
They
got
don't
it
fuck
out.
around, man.
No, we got it out and everything. And
They
then
like burrow in
They're the
there.
worst.
and he was fine, but it was so. I've never seen a dog have an allergic reaction to a tick bite, you know?
Mm.
So it was random. But, you know, moving on.
I don't mind. Like I don't like when ticks are crawling on me and stuff, but I don't get.
obviously.
I don't get weirded out or grossed out by pulling them off the dogs. Like when
No, ticks don't bug me. They're just fucking gross creatures. Useless,
are gross,
gross creatures.
but I almost get like a satisfaction when I get the tick off the dog. You know what I mean? It's almost like. But I hate that they don't understand like a kid. Like they don't want to sit still. They don't like
Well, yeah,
understand,
they don't understand. Yeah,
what I'm
I get it.
doing.
The other thing I thought
And I'm
about
like,
is
damn it!
I thought about this the other day. I was looking outside at my patch of grass in the backyard. I was like, if my dog got a tick back there, where did that tick actually come from? How do ticks? They're everywhere.
Travel.
Right. How do they travel?
Bushes,
How do
trees, they
No, I-
drop on
I-
you. They're
I get
fucking
it.
tall. Yeah, they're fucking.
But where are they originating from?
you
And-
haven't seen a group of babies before?
Oh no, they're-
It's fucking terrifying.
I get it. But what I'm saying is that's there on the ground or in a tree. You need something to move it, right? From place to place to place to then continue on. But if there's only one tick on one animal, how is it moving?
Yeah, it's
I don't know.
it's probably like a pollinating.
Mhm.
It probably lives in a small circumference, but once it gets
Yeah.
picked up, it gets moved somewhere.
It's just wild.
and they're also like invincible fucking creatures.
But also,
I always drown them.
if you can get one on you, the
Toilet.
chances of that
Or
is
sink.
how many are there?
oh, you always got to check. As soon as I look, dude, it's not flattering at all. But as soon as I found one,
Every crevice.
yeah, literally bent over in a mirror kind of thing.
You
like,
got to.
oh,
You got to.
I've helped like when Carrick's been not like I said around our house has never really been a problem.
Yeah.
But when he's gone like dirt biking in the woods, and I mean like mountain
Sure,
biking,
yeah,
not
yeah.
like when he's dirt biking, he's pretty much covered.
Yeah, but mountain
Enough,
biking, you
but,
got
like,
t-shirts on.
When he's gone mountain biking or when he's been in the woods helping his parents or my parents or whoever with something, he'll come in and he'll look, but then he'll be like, he'll like stand there and be like, okay,
tick check.
yeah, and I'm like in everything.
I mean, good for you.
looking.
Let me see that dick boy. What you got?
Because they like to hang out like
Flip it up.
in your pant
Get 'em around.
waist and stuff too. Like
Open that hole up. As soon
that's
as
where they hang at.
Oh no!
it's
Yep,
just
nope,
it's
nope.
warm, blood-filled areas, and they know
Nope.
exactly where that shit's at. Armpits,
yeah.
back of the legs.
That's wild too, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Like
ball sacks.
yeah, yeah. They just look for
And
the
I've
heat
had
boy
that everywhere. So I also just recently got one pulled off my leg. It was in my leg.
in it.
Yeah, I still got the itchy little fucking dot.
The itchies.
Got the itchies.
Also been working out in my yard, building a fence and
Yeah,
hammock
probably, yeah,
shit. So I've been
good old hammocking.
outside for days.
We have like a smidgen of woods behind our house, but like I said, we've lived there for 6.5 years and it's never been an issue. And now
All of a sudden.
it's
Yeah.
it
I'm
wants to
getting
be
itchy,
a fucking
man. We
issue.
gotta
I'm talking about it.
Speaking of itchy, the fun fact of the fucking week. Of the fucking week. Not fucking.
It actually says fucking.
Well, I mean, I can't put it up there. I mean, I could.
fucking.
Fucking fun facts of the fucking week. Stephen King says that he was genuinely frightened by this adaptation of his novel. Frank Darabont described that as the happiest moment of his career.
That is flattering.
Mhm.
Think about it.
Yeah, that's dope.
The man who wrote the story is like, yo, dude.
Good
yeah,
job.
dude, hell yeah.
Yeah, maybe he's paying
He was
homage to
in
him. Maybe
Castle.
that's why that was so like
King.
strict with the ending kind of thing. Maybe maybe he's like, I want to impress this guy.
Hold on. During an action scene in the film, a man runs into a wire rotating bookshelf in the grocery store. If you look carefully, you can see that all the books on the shelf are written by Stephen King.
So maybe it is. Maybe I'm getting maybe there's some truth there.
In the pharmacy scene, same scene,
Sure,
when David Drayden,
The pharmacy.
look,
I like that.
David Drayden is collecting a comic book for his son. Frank Darabont, the director, proposed to Thomas Jane that he should grab a copy of The Punisher War Journal.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
That's pretty dope.
I didn't even see what he grabbed.
Well,
Is that what he grabbed?
That's what
Did
he
you-
grabbed. So the director, Frank Darabont, agreed to make this film with Dimension only under the condition that no matter what, they would not change the scripted ending.
So he knew from the get go.
What it was going to be.
I got another one. Frank Darabont had originally been offered $30 million by a producer to make this film, but with one crippling caveat, Darabont would have to change his planned ending, a conclusion he'd personally envisioned and nursed for 20 years. In the end, he turned to producer Bob Weinstein and made the movie for half the amount, but only after forfeiting his directorial salary.
Love it.
So this man stuck to his guns.
Did
Love
you say
it.
caveat?
Is that how you not how you say
Caveat.
it?
But it's
Caveat?
all right.
It's caveat.
It's
Caveat.
caveat. But it's okay.
That's how I've said it. My
Just one
entire life.
caveat. It's caveat.
One caveat.
People
Listen, I'm gonna
probably,
start calling it a caveat. From
people
here on
probably
out.
thought you were joking. I feel like when you
Everybody said that. In
caveat.
it's got to be a Canadian thing again then.
Could be
It could be
like
So-
garage.
So, well, how do you say Toyota
Toyota.
Celica? Is that how you say it here?
Celica?
It's Celica in Canada,
That's wrong.
but it's not.
they just that's how it's supposed to be. How it's actually spelled.
Yeah, again, I think there's just certain things that are
How is caveat spelled? Because I'm not a fucking speller.
Caveat.
Yeah, caveat.
Caveat. That's how I've said it my entire
Sure.
life. That's how everybody
I'm
around
not
me has ever
disagreeing
said
that that's
it.
how you've
Yeah.
said it your whole life. I don't know you.
Hit that enunciation thing in Google. You know how you can click like
Yeah,
enunciate
well, it
for you?
depends on
Hit that- hit
it's-
that- hit
it
that
depends on the
sound
place
bar.
you are in the world.
Hit
right?
that
I
sound
mean,
bar. Whatever it is.
She's like,
Caveat.
I mean, that's. Can you
Now-
do it
now
from
do-
Canada? Yeah.
Yeah, from Canada.
Yeah.
You do it from Narnia.
I'm sorry. I mean, this is.
Just
Sorry,
I like
wait,
how
wait.
now he's just fucking full in Canadian mode.
I'm sorry. There, it's caveat there, bud.
Did you know Caveat is a Canadian lobby group?
I did not.
We are lobbyists. Caveat.
I don't think that word means what you think it means.
Frank Darabont wanted Thomas Jane to play Rick Grimes on The Walking Dead after they worked together on this film.
I would have watched more of it.
Yeah, but not to
I
say.
love Walking Dead though.
Not to say he, the man who then went and did Rick Grimes, wasn't great.
His accent was garbage, but
I mean,
his
he's also
acting was good.
also from the UK too,
Yeah.
right? So I think Thomas Jane would have been. A lot better.
I loved that show.
But also, I think Thomas Jane was like, "Yo, I ain't doing TV.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Not for me, bruh." This movie was shot in 37 days.
I can see that.
That's quick.
There's only what 2 locations, 3.
Right, but there's still a lot that happens in this movie. There's a lot of setups for people being thrown away or dragged away or, crazy shit.
Sure.
There's
Sure, but I
probably-
could see how they could film it that fast.
Yeah,
like
but
you said. I mean, they're in one place for majority of the movie.
True.
You don't have to plan out. You're literally on set every time. So if
Mhm.
someone you have to reshoot or if you move something, it's
You're
super
in the
easy.
same place.
Yeah. You're not like going out another country and then someone hits a rewrite and you're like, oh fuck, and then going back.
You're right. You're right. It's
Whatever.
not like you're
Act like I know what I'm doing, but
shooting Lord of the Rings in Switzerland or whatever. And
yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
well, these mountains are too good looking, so we're gonna have to change that.
Yep.
Final decision time. Out of 10. 10. We're going Wally because you picked the movie. What would you rate this out of 10 and tell us why?
Is this a suspense movie to you guys? A horror movie? A suspense horror movie?
I think it's
Because
on
I was
the
trying
line.
to think. I was trying to figure this out earlier.
Yeah, how do you categorize this
Because
movie? Like,
everything
what
I
does it
do now
fit
is
in?
sit. Yeah, it has
What
to,
does it
I have
say
to
online?
I have to like put a metric.
It's
with it.
almost like a thriller too, right?
Yeah,
like,
maybe it's a
you're on
thriller.
you're not on the edge of your seat, but you're also like, what's happening?
It
What is
calls
going-
it a horror thriller.
Okay,
a horror
alright.
thriller.
Horror thriller.
2 hours and 6 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't know. This sits. It feels like it sits in its own spot. But I love the fact that they fucking this movie is fucking bad and really good, and really bad and then amazing, in that order for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I give this.
I get that. Yeah,
I give this movie a solid 6.
CX.
Yeah.
that's what I was gonna give it to as a 6.
All
Because
right.
I agree. There's definitely like cringy parts and like
But if you asked me to rate like movie endings, this would
This is
be
up there.
way up there for me.
I think the ending
Like this becomes
saves this movie a
Yeah,
lot.
This
In
becomes
some-
a
in
completely
some
different
ways.
a talk for me if it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
right the end of
Well,
your favorite.
and that's
movie.
what I brought up earlier was if this movie has a different ending, is it
It's a different movie.
Yeah.
and is it as good?
Completely. No.
Well, depending on what the ending would be, right?
I don't
I
know.
mean, I
I
guess,
can't predict
yeah.
the future, but it's hard to beat something that.
I would assume no.
I would assume. True. So 6s.
Yeah, I'm at a 6.
I was at a 6 as well until you have the balls that this motherfucker had
To do the
to do the ending.
No, I
So
know.
I got to throw another point at that. So I'm going to give it a 7. I mean, beyond that, let me read what I wrote. This movie grips you like a tentacle till the end. And then when it does, it finally ends and has the balls to do what it does. And man, does it hit you hard when it actually happens.
Holy shit! I can't forget it. I still haven't.
Right. I mean, anybody watches this movie, you're thinking of that, and it's not leaving you. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
anytime you bring
factor?
up this movie, people
Shock factor.
Yeah.
Probably top tier. Top tier. Shock factor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get,
Like,
yeah, you don't.
Wow, what the fuck?
So you
If
got to
there's a
think.
what the fuck meter, this is like top.
It is
This
up
top
it. Yeah,
of it,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
Because you got to think, like, if I'm watching this movie for the first time, and they're talking about it, you're going, or the ending scene starts happening where he pulls out the gun, and they're all looking at it like, yeah, all right.
And they're like,
You're
yeah,
like,
let's do
nah.
it.
Nah, they ain't gonna kill this kid. They ain't
And
gonna.
they
Yeah.
fucking-
Pa, 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 and you're just like,
And they let it breathe just for a little bit.
yep.
And
And then he,
then-
yep.
That's what I'm saying. Now with this, great.
Instant regret. Like you've never seen it happen so quickly. I feel like it. Like
And then
he had 30 seconds. Of
It's so
it
fucking.
was like,
it was so good.
and then black, and the movie's over.
yeah,
Yeah.
then it's just done.
That's how you end it.
Sees. I also love that you see the woman go by with her kids. Like, hey, hi, bitch,
Do you think?
I made it.
Right.
Do you think it's got booed in the movie theater at one point or another? At least one movie theater had to boo this.
I almost feel like it was probably silence because people were probably like,
I think it
booed.
yeah,
Maybe
I-
a couple what the fucks. Like
I don't think a boo. I think more of a oh,
whoa,
wha-"
yeah.
Like imagine
what
seeing
the
this.
fuck?
Imagine seeing this in a dark neighborhood. You know, people are like, "What the fuck?" You know, like people. And
What the hell?
those
is
are
this?
the best. Those are the best places to see movies. Let's be real.
I
You want
saw-
to see a good scary movie? You go there.
Yeah, go watch like The Ring or something.
Exactly.
It's hilarious.
Run,
Little-
bitch! Run for your life.
Little ladies crawling in the corner.
Oh
The ring lady's running up the well, and some dude's like, "Spider-Man, Spider-Man," and the whole movie theater starts laughing. I was like,
Yeah,
"This
come on.
is awesome!"
Exactly. Maybe go after you see it the first time. Then
And
go there.
by dark, we mean the time of day.
Correct.
you know, my phone ringtone at one point years ago was the Spider Pig song from the
Spider
Simpson
Pig.
movie.
Spider Pig.
You know what hurts
Does he
me?
sing from the kid?
That,
No, he doesn't. He's a pig.
You know what's crazy?
Jesus Christ.
That movie came out a year after this.
Yeah, it's old.
I don't like that. I was working at Movie Gallery when that came out.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
Stop touching. Yeah, right. I
The
remember
fuck?
stealing all the like displays of
Posters
the
and shit?
Simpsons. Well, no, like the cutouts.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They were like life size, and they were lived in my parents' basement for a while.
I vaguely remember that. I think.
And they probably like, after a while, like throw these in the fucking fire. Steve comes home.
So
whatever.
7, 6, and 6.
Yeah,
7,
I
6,
think
and
that's
6.
pretty good. Yeah. So next week, it's my pick.
What do you got? Have you
So
decided yet?
I've been stewing on this as we're kind of going through this here, and I think I'm gonna go with my original pick because I know for a fact you haven't seen this, and it's a James Gunn movie. And it's got my boy in it, and it's also a James Gunn movie.
How do you know I haven't seen it?
I'm 60-40 you haven't seen this. I know Wally probably have heard about it, but also hasn't seen it. Also, the reason why I like James Gunn, he
Spit it out.
uses the same people in some movies.
Jesus.
Stop. The suspense is killing me.
The suspense. Slither.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that shit. Wait, is this the one you showed me the other day?
No, not with the dick punching through a wall.
Serpentine.
I don't remember.
Steve made me
if
watch
I've
the
seen
Dick
it or
movie,
not.
by the way, or at least skim through
We
it.
skimmed through it.
Let me
Quick
tell
review.
you what. I shock and awe. I retract my statement about this movie. The movie that Steve made me watch, where this dude's dick comes alive.
What was it called
and
again?
terrorizes women.
Bad
craziest
Biology.
shit
Bad
I've ever
Biology
seen in
is
my
what it's
life.
called. Don't watch it unless you want to laugh.
I now
Hysterically.
recommend this to everybody. Underage, of age, it doesn't
I
matter.
remember when we talked about it forever ago.
Yeah, the
But-
dick makes a noise that goes.
It does. It does.
Let's
it
just
like
say
breaks
this.
through
That's
trim
haunting.
to take
To
have
take
sex with
vagina,
women.
yeah.
What
It-
kind of trim?
the
Floor trim.
like crown molding
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Not like trim as in like
Well, no,
booty.
well, I mean, also
Yeah, well, I
Yeah.
guess so. It breaks through trim to get trim.
the
whatever.
part where she grabs the towel and it's just in the towel.
This is so fucking stupid.
There has to be a way for us to break this movie down scene by scene without. If we had a Patreon, that would be where to do it.
Oh, dude, 100%.
Just to like show what we're talking about, break it down with like a fucking
it pops through-
teleprompter.
It does. It pops through the trim and it's like,
Yeah.
like what the fuck?
She gives it mouth to mouth at the end to try and save it, and it's literally inflating and
Why is she
deflating.
trying to save it if it's killing
Because she
people?
has a mutant vagina that can't be pleasured by any mere man.
Exactly.
So she just
she wants the mutant dick.
Yeah, it's wild.
And then, spoilers, she gets fucked by this mutant dick and immediately has a baby that runs off. That's a, wasn't it like a dick baby?
It has a huge dick, right?
No, I
The
think it
baby
is a
had
dick with
Maybe it
arms
is.
and legs and
Maybe
just
that's what
runs
it is.
away or something. And then Finn.
Yeah, done. Roll fucking
Roll credits.
right there. Roll Tide.
See your face? That's why you have to watch them.
Yeah. Steve was like, he was like, let's
So
do this.
as
All
you're
right.
describing it to me, and it's playing in my head,
It's so bad.
for some reason I'm playing it as a cartoon.
It's very cartoony.
It's a
In my head,
cartoonish,
do you know what I mean?
softcore
Like-
porno is what it is.
pretty much. I would
Yeah.
say, yeah, 100%.
Like I'm picturing a cartoon. Have you guys seen?
written as it goes, kind of thing.
Have you guys watched Big Mouth at all?
Yeah.
The
yeah,
adult cartoon?
not a lot, but yes.
So have you've seen the one with the dick? Like you've seen the dicks in the show before, the
Yeah, I've
hairy
seen the
ones from the
monster
monsters,
dick,
the
yeah.
monster dicks.
The
So
monster dicks.
that's what I'm picturing, but with arms and legs as the baby, and he just like runs off.
I mean, Tara,
Like-
if you want to do the skim through again, we can do it today. Like, I don't care. It's that funny.
Anyways,
You're getting your liquid. Speaking of Slytherin, next week, Slither. This is a James Gunn movie. There's people in this movie that you're going to be like, God damn it, yes. Obviously, there's a person in this movie that I'm like, yeah, that's my guy. So, also, it's the James Gunnest movie of James Gunnest stuff. So,
I'm going to like it.
yeah.
Okay.
Think about what we saw in the last Guardians of the Galaxy, like the monster designs and stuff. Slither,
Okay.
monster design.
That was
Sure.
such a good-
It was great. So, Slither next week. It's gonna be good.
I'm
You
in.
guys, I'm
Getting
so
weird.
impressed with us on this.
We did talk
episode.
about a movie for the
I
entirety.
feel like we hardly went on any tangents this
Good job,
time.
Paul.
It was very few. This movie's fucking whack, dude.
maybe we're turning a new page on the decision reel. Maybe we actually talk about movies for once going forward.
That sounds so boring.
But
I
was
know.
it?
I don't
just
know.
kidding.
Nothing but mutant dicks and vaginas toward the end. So we made it pretty far.
Look at
Hey,
us. Anyways,
us.
what we
Look at
haven't
us.
look at us.
Look at us.
Look at her.
Paul Rudd. What we haven't talked about so far is where you can find us, Wally, at the decision reel on where?
Anything you fucking got.
Anything. We're
Use
there.
Has.
Also, if you go to our website, www.thedecisionreel.com, you can find some merch. If you want to support us in any way, you can get a t-shirt, you can get a hat, you can get some fucking spandex, whatever. You can get cups, you can get
If
stickers.
you order any pair of underwear, there is a small chance that I have already worn them.
Yes. So if you want the pre-worn, pre-stretched,
And you'd be surprised. It's not. It could be female underwear. You have.
you
no
don't know.
idea.
You don't know.
You have no idea.
And also, if you do buy them, we will give you a picture of said person wearing them.
Oh.
It's gonna be hairy.
It's just belly button down though.
Yeah. We're not giving away everything. So. Anyways, thanks guys for watching. See you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.